LSU being number 2 on the portal list. We talked about this on Monday, but your thoughts?
I mentioned how it was super significant that they were able to bring in Mansour DeLeone with the inconsistencies that they had in their secondary. He is a guy that is going to be a top 50 pick, just to reiterate my point, in the 2026 draft. But the way that they have rounded out with so many more additions, after the first few days, it was a lot of depth. It was a lot of guys that aren't going to be super highly ridiculously impactful. Like Bauer Sharp is a good player. He's not going to go for 800 yards and anything crazy like that. He's going to block well. He'll show an impact there. But for them to grab Nick Anderson and also in this recruiting class have Barry and Brown to reshape your receiving room after losing CJ Daniels that didn't really contribute as much as people were hoping that he would, to add 2 premier guys that were impactful receivers in the SEC that are great athletes, that's huge. Garrett Nussmeier needs to take advantage of having these guys and to connect with them more consistently, and hopefully they run the ball more and they don't just completely abandon running the football. But their passing arsenal is great, and their reshaping of their defense is also great. I just kind of wonder, is there a big defensive tackle that they can get? Because it feels like they've swung and missed a little bit there. That's my only thing.
I think they're not done yet.
All right.
I think that one's on the way. I think that one's on the way.
All right, I'll trust you on that one.
Oh, you better. There are still question marks about LSU that I have. Offensive line, Tyree Adams and Weston Davis arguably are going to be the guys that are rotating in at right tackle. Emory Jones and Will Campbell are out. Joe's the 5th time in LSU history that somebody's been an All-American in all 4 polls. Will Campbell is the 5th of that. You want to know the 2 recent ones? Jane Daniels and Joe Burrow. That's the class that he's keeping at the current moment. What do you do at left tackle? Like, can you sustain with a non-mobile quarterback? And those are question marks that I have about LSU here. Is Garrett going to run like he did against Oklahoma? Joe, let's just be real for a minute. Let's go pop in the Oklahoma film when he got hurt. Okay, and then let's fast forward to what happened right after. If you're going to put your shoulder down on Danny Stutzman, I'm with me now, dog. I got you now. All right, you learning? I can be critical of you. All right. Now let's go get it. Because I do think that Brian Kelly, for what it's worth, Joe, I've been hearing one word coming around LSU at the current moment: legacy. And Brian Kelly challenged the fan base of LSU 2 weeks ago. Hey, you want to be elite again? This is the way of the world. We got to get this collective rolling. I have been a part of it. Joe knows something that happened to me a couple of weeks ago. This place responded. If LSU can go into college baseball in Nebraska, Omaha, Nebraska, and buy 88,000 Jell-O shots, you think they're not going to give you money to be elite? They ain't done yet. And I saw our good friend Josh Pate take a lot of shit last night. And everything he said was spot on about how they're doing stuff, about how they're directing stuff. The reason he's one of the biggest names in college football media is because he knows stuff like that. It has intricate details of how things are going. But the truth is, Joe, it's been a philosophy shift. And here's another thing. Either Brian Kelly's going to go for it all and he's going to go for broke here, or he's going to fail at it. Because here's the real truth. I saw a guy that doesn't like getting involved in play calling. Shit start going down, I'm going to get involved. There's a big legacy play here for him, Joe. I don't care what anybody tells me. Knowing what I know, talking to the people that I talk to on a daily basis about LSU, it's legacy now for him. Look, you can say whatever you want about him. I know this for a fact. The man wants to go win a national title. I mean, he's been in college football for 35 years, or around 35 years. He wants to go win one. That's what they're trying to accomplish. They still got holes at safety. I don't know what their O-line's going to look like. Hell, I got to be real with you, though. There are some pieces that I have not seen LSU depth like this. I'm going to just tell you the truth. Defensively, since 2019. Actually, I know that it hasn't been that level of depth defensively since 2019. How do they react to this? I think defensive pieces that they're going to be adding are big. Mansour DeLeone, Joe, does he play safety or does he play corner? Okay, well, we just brought in a 5-star corner here. He's going to play. The number 1 corner on the board in DJ Pickett. Does he play? Oh, well, now you got 2 third-year starters that are returning. What do you do at safety? So a lot of experience that's coming back here. Can they get over the hump in these big games? Can you win game 1 on the road against Clemson? It's a big deal to me. So, by the way, they're one of only 2 SEC teams that don't have back-to-back road games either. As ironic as it sounds, their schedule got a little bit easier, in my humble opinion. So there's a lot of things. I love Jack Pyburn. Jack Pyburn had 60 tackles in 8 games. LSU ain't had an edge rusher that could get 60 tackles in 24 games under Brian Kelly. Spare me. And by the way, that last 5 of the last 8 games that he started were against all ranked opponents. Again, I'm with you. I'm going on a tangent, but it's just the truth.
How do you feel about his
sack production?
No. His like alleged list of demands that he had.
Not true.
Okay.
Hey, how about this one? Sources. Not true.
All right, I'll try. I trust your judgment more than I trust Twitter screenshots.
If that is the truth, then LSU.
Insane.
Then LSU got a massive bargain on what I know.
BetOnline remains your top spot for all of your live betting action and contests. NFL, college football, UFC, NHL are all in full swing. BetOnline is your number 1 source for wagering news, odds, trends, and predictions with both desktop and mobile access at any time. Head to BetOnline today and use promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, for 50% off your first deposit. That is a 50% welcome bonus. BetOnline, where the game starts.